Hello, it's Michael Moon, January 11th, 2025, coming at you with a quick astrological update for this upcoming full moon on January 13th. It's going to be an epic one. I just wanted to give you a heads up on it. So I'm coming at you from the beautiful Don Valley where I'm having some healing time. It's perfect as the moon's nodes transit backwards from 0 Aries into Pisces. And this is important for this moon because it's important for many things. It's a really epic moment in of itself. But any Capricorn Gemini moon with the moon's nodes at this space will be extra high in the sky, extra potent, as this full moon is going to be. So being in Cancer, opposite the Capricorn sun, the full moon is going to be way higher than the sun can ever be. Way higher than she is normally in her orbit. This breaking free energy of the ecliptic symbolically has this sort of breakthrough kind of energy to it. Freedom from the old. Cancer, an internal breakthrough. And in this case, very rarely and unusually, Mars, that is conjunct this full moon, just after the full moon, the moon is going to occult Mars, who also happens to be out of bounds. Mars is out of bounds with the moon so closely that they will occult each other. Meaning it's an eclipse, basically, between the moon and Mars. The moon's going to pass over Mars, occulting it in the sky, so it disappears. Occult means hidden, hides it. And so this hidden occultation of Mars, moon and the Mars, moon internal, emotional, breakthrough, change, energy, along with Mars, passion, and also wanting to break through, being in Cancer and retrograde, breaking through some kind of internal stuff. It's going to be pretty epic. And this triggers a very important aspect that's been going on since, all of the fall. The first peak of it was November 3rd, the first specific opposition between Mars and Pluto. And because Mars is going retrograde at this time and spending 6 months in this area, Leo Cancer, it is also opposite Pluto roughly throughout this time and has some specific hits. The first one, November 3rd. The second one was January 3rd, just happened. So it's still very close to this. So we're going to have, and this Pluto opposite Mars, we can feel it in the air. I mean, the division, the anger, the frustration, the need for a breakthrough, the passions, but also trigger happiness. It's very intense, and people want to externalize it, fight something, change something else outside of them instead of themselves. But right now, in particular, when Mars is retrograde and this moon, Cancer, the energy wants to go internal. It wants to find an inner transformation, an inner breakthrough is maybe the best word for it. Breaking old patterns, breaking old habits, clearing old feelings. And if you're feeling really intense about things, exploring that, letting it shake up. Try not to be too trigger happy, blame others, blame the world, angry about everything. This is like an internal energy that's sort of the opposite of victimization. It's like taking one's power back. And that's a very apt image for this, to take one's power back internally. And if things are bothering you in the world, to find out what it's triggering in you and at least clearing that, because you can't do much about the craziness of the world. and how others react and act, but you can definitely change how you act and react to it all. So at this time, that's going to be, as it builds, it's going to feel very intense. It already is intense. It's going to continue until late April, the last Pluto-Mars opposition. So don't expect it to end soon, but this is kind of the peak of the cycle and a really potent time to use it for oneself. I've hit a hill here. I'm going to run down. Whee! Breakthrough! And so I encourage you to really tune into this. And also, if the skies are clear on Monday night, between around 9 and 11 p.m. here in Toronto, different timing, different places, of course, the moon will pass over Mars. You can see this conjunction, and it's going to be quite special. So I encourage you to look for that. And full moon's also trine sextile to Uranus, another breakthrough quality for the whole thing. So that's another special thing to add to it. Square Chiron. So the pressure to heal and to face our wounds is really strong. This all adds to what I'm saying. There's a lot to unpack. I don't want to make this a long video, but I've just been contemplating this for myself, and I thought I would share it with you. It's a very healing time, a very powerful time, but it can feel the opposite. It can feel like everything is bleeped. It's crazy, and it's like hopeless. It's like, and there's nothing you can't blame. You can't, like, it's something that we just have to go through, and that trigger is going to be important. Whatever it's triggering ourselves, to kind of let that bring stuff up, so you can do your own internal healing and feel it. Use the energy to push Mars inside, not out. And, bring yourself to a beautiful place. Exercise, move. Internal energy, Mars, martial arts. This is like the real martial art of life here, to just be with it. Be with your inner power to change and transform. Coming up very soon this week, I'm going to be releasing an epic YouTube video on the astrology of the next few years, going up to 2045, really. It's going to be a really revealing expose that I recorded back in the spring, but due to various reasons never released, and I stumbled upon it and was like, oh, this is good stuff. This has to go out. This is a perfect time for it. We are moving into a gateway, folks. This is really, really powerful year. Few years. And we want to use it and not be taken by it, not let it freak us out too much. Change is in the air. We can go with it, we can enjoy it, and we can use it. And this is a great gateway to start doing that. Happy full moon. Happy New Year 2025. Get out your surfboard, because we're going to ride this 2025 wave together and make a new world.